She challenged me to a duel, but froze when she saw my tattoo. I was shocked too. The crowd in the training courtyard had gone silent when Captain Lasara pointed her spear at me. You, human, I challenge you to a duel. The air shimmered with heat from the suns above, but that wasn't why I felt warm. I'd been stationed here for just 3 weeks, the lone human soldier on the alien fortress world of Thalvar, and I'd already attracted the wrong kind of attention. Lasara wasn't just any warrior. She was the undefeated champion of her regiment, known for cutting down her opponents in less than a minute. Her silver armor gleamed, her pale blue eyes burned, and her braided hair swayed like a war banner. I should have refused. I should have made some excuse about regulations. But my pride, well, it wasn't known for keeping quiet. Fine, I said. Let's make it quick. The crowd erupted in cheers. They wanted a show. And honestly, part of me wanted to prove I wasn't just some fragile earthling. We stepped into the dueling circle. Her spear-tip traced lazy spirals in the air, searching for an opening. I rolled my shoulders, loosening my stance. My shirt sleeves were already torn from a previous training session, and as I raised my arms into guard position, part of my right bicep was exposed. That's when it happened. Her eyes widened. The aggressive tension in her stance melted away. She stopped moving entirely, staring at my arm like I'd just sprouted a second head. Her voice was a whisper, barely audible over the murmurs of the crowd. Where did you get that? I blinked. What? She pointed, not at my face, not at my weapon, but at the ink etched into my skin. The tattoo. It was nothing special back on Earth. A coiled serpent biting its own tail, an old symbol I'd gotten years ago after surviving something I shouldn't have. To me, it was a personal reminder. But on Thalvar, apparently, it meant something else entirely. Her spear lowered to the ground with a metallic thud. That mark, only the Varsath carry it. And they're all dead. The crowd began murmuring louder now, a ripple of confusion and unease. I had no idea what a Varsath was, but from the way her hands trembled, I guessed it wasn't the name of some casual knitting club. I don't know any Varsath. I said slowly, this is just mine. No, she said firmly. It is theirs, the serpent of eternity, the oath of blood. It is a mark sworn by the deadliest warriors in our history, mercenaries without allegiance, feared even by kings. They vanished a century ago, wiped out to the last fighter, or so we thought. She took a hesitant step back, as if the ink itself radiated danger. My brain scrambled to process. So, you're saying this is the same design your ancient warrior clan used? Her jaw tightened. Not the same design. The exact design. Down to every line. I opened my mouth to respond, but the weight of the stares pressing in from all sides stole the words. The crowd was no longer cheering. They were watching me like someone had just dropped a predator into their midst. Something in Lasara's eyes shifted from fear to something sharper, calculation. She raised her voice so all could hear. This duel is canceled. The audience erupted in protest. She ignored them and kept her gaze locked on me. You will come with me. Now. I hesitated. Why? Because if you are what that mark says you are, there are questions that must be answered before someone decides to kill you. Her tone was calm, but the unspoken threat lingered in the air. We left the courtyard through a side passage, her hand never far from the hilt of her blade. She led me into a small chamber lit by a single overhead light. No audience now, no noise, just the two of us. She folded her arms. Tell me the truth. Who trained you? Which of the Varsath survived to pass you their oath? I told you, I said. I'm from Earth. I've never heard of them until now. The tattoo is just something I got back home. It's a coincidence. Her eyes narrowed. Coincidence does not exist with that mark. Something about her certainty unsettled me. And then a strange thought hit me. What if she was right? Because the truth was, the day I'd gotten the tattoo, the old man at the shop, skin weathered like stone, eyes a little too sharp, hadn't used a machine. He'd dipped his needle by hand, humming in a language I didn't understand. He'd given me the design without me ever showing him a reference. I'd assumed he was just an eccentric artist. Maybe, I said slowly, someone from your Varsath made it to Earth a long time ago. Lasara's gaze hardened, but there was something else there now. Curiosity, maybe even hope. If that is true, then the blood oath still lives. Blood oath? I asked, feeling my stomach tighten. She stepped closer, her voice dropping. That symbol is more than a warrior's badge. It is a promise. To protect the innocent until your last breath, to never retreat, to repay blood with blood. Break it, and the oath itself hunts you down. I swallowed. That sounds bad. Her lips curve into something between a smirk and a grimace. For oath breakers, yes. For the rest, it makes you unstoppable. For a long moment, we just stood there in silence. My pulse was hammering in my ears, and I couldn't tell if I was supposed to feel honored or terrified. Finally, she straightened, slinging her spear over her shoulder. If you truly bear the oath, then fate brought you here for a reason. And until we know what that reason is, you stay under my watch. I exhaled slowly. So, am I your prisoner? She shook her head. No, my responsibility. And just like that, she walked out of the room, leaving me alone with the weight of history I didn't understand, and the uneasy sense that my life had just taken a turn I couldn't undo. Because deep down, I couldn't shake the feeling that the tattoo hadn't been my choice at all. It had been waiting for me.